my scrappy life, and welcome back to my channel. This is the flip-through of my Cuba cruise trip that we took in 2019. So there was quite a bit of people that wanted me to do a flip-through through this, so this is what it's going to be, is the full thing. So here it is, and I always start my notebook out, or like my folder out, with my drive-through picture. I always take like a picture that we're on the way, and everything that I used in here is Vicky Bouton's Wander collection, or I think it's like the Wildflower and Honey collection. If I use something different, I'll let you know. But this is the cover page. And this is the first of many 2-page spreads that it'll be a long time before I do another 2-page spreads. Like, I'm just done with it. But this is so we traveled, before I get any further, we traveled from Georgia down to Miami. We drove down to Miami. We spent the night in Miami, and then we did stuff in the morning at Miami, and then we got onto the cruise, went to Cuba for 2 days, or it was like overnight, went to Cuba for 2 days, and then came through the Bahamas for a day, and then came back home, or back to Miami, and then we drove back out. So this is the night that we spent in Miami, and we went to Madrid, and this just brought us back to eating in Europe, because we were stationed in Europe for 3 years, and we ate a lot of Spaniard foods. It was amazing. So here is one of the wineries that we went on, one of the tours. We did that on our way. I think we did this on our way down. It was I know we did it sometimes, and there's some stamping and whatnot. And then we obviously went and did some gators. So we went to the Cooperstown. It's the original airboat tours in Miami for the Everglades. Here is the second 2-page spread, and it's just different views. My feet in the water, or like touching the water. And then this was getting ready. Oh, I know what this was. This was getting ready to go onto the boat. And then this was one of the little bits we could talk about, like the alligators, the little guys, and I touched one and that kind of stuff. And then this is the second page, or the third one of the 2-page spreads. It's of the airboat. We're actually on the airboat. This is some of the pictures I took of the airboat. And then that's our tour guide on the airboat, and a couple of the gators. Crocodiles or gators, I can never tell them apart, but one of the two was that. And then obviously I got to touch one, hold one, so that's what I'm doing there. And then this is finally, we're getting on to the cruise, and I did a bunch of stars along there. And then I actually made Josh and I take pictures on both sides of the ship. So this one is facing more of the residentials, and this one is facing the corporate offices and things like that in Miami. We did, I got a journal, I missed this one. I may have missed quite a bit. I got a journal in this one. But this was our little anniversary trip. We took a couple, this was our wedding anniversary, so we did a couples massage that was on the boat. And that's why we did the cruise, or I put the cruise ship on there. Now, these were photos that I wanted to include in here, but just didn't want to scrapbook. So these are when we got to Cuba. I took some pictures of both sides of the ship. And this was another another cruise ship that was ported right next to us. And just the skiing, or like I did the skylines of what Cuba looked like. These were on a walk-in tour that I took by myself. It was a day trip, and I just took some of the pictures of the statues. Obviously, there is pictures in here of Ernest Hemingway. This is the hotel that he would stay at all the time, and also then he started putting money into Cuba, and this was his place. He would always go, and then some more of the buildings and whatnot, and the colorful, and just some of the sculptures. And I could really tell, like, being over in Europe, I could tell that the Spaniards came down and did this area a lot, because their houses and their buildings look a lot alike this. Like, how the arches are, it's all the same. The colors, all of that. This one here, I didn't do any journaling on it, but the story behind this, I do. By the way, all of these have process videos too. I didn't do, yeah, they all have process videos. But this one is the only wooden street in Cuba, or in Havana. And that's where we stayed. We ported in Havana, which is the capital of Cuba. And this is the only wooden street. And I had to take a picture of it because the story behind it is hilarious. Long story short, one of the governors of Cuba did not like, or his wife did not like, the horse and buggies going across during her afternoon nap, and made him go change out the street. So that was that. And then I decided, we did a night tour as well, and we went to the original Sloppy Joe bar and had one of the original Sloppy Joes, along with me taking some photos of what it looks like in there. Yes, these are full of the actual liqueur that they've had and whatnot throughout there. And then some of the other photos on the outside. This is where, golly, I forgot to here too. See, I told you I did a few of them. This is the original mojitos. This is where Ernest Hemingway would come to and hang out if he could not write his books. Obviously, Ernest Hemingway lived in the Keys of Florida, and it's only like a 2-hour jaunt, I think, down to Cuba. And so he stayed in Havana a lot to get away and to be able to read and to write and all of that. So I'm a huge Ernest Hemingway. I know quite a bit about his history. And of course, I had to go by his hotel, and I had to obviously go to where he gets his mojitos at. And that's what this one is. And then this one is us leaving the small adventure that we had in Cuba and then moving on to the Bahamas. And obviously I had to put my feet in the sand. Now this here one is a different collection. It is actually crepe paper Sunny Days collection. And it's very me, very vintage, very muted tones, very me. But that's my feet in the sand. And then I just recently filmed this 2-page spread. And this was, as we walked right onto the Bahamas, I took all these pictures and I just loved it. There is a little, I don't know what these are, but they were all over the place. Don't ask me about animals. I'm not good at it. But I just recently did this one. And then this here one is of Paige Evans. And obviously, it's our cruise ship. And then me just standing there. I just love this. It's Confessions of the Paper Addict Cut File Shop. This one was one of the first ones I did way back. Probably the summer of 2019. And then I kind of didn't do anything. And then I found this collection. And that's what made me decide to do my Cuba trip. Here is some photos of before and after while we were going to do the stingrays. Obviously, this is a 2-page spread of the stingrays. I'm touching the stingrays, holding them. We were touching them, all that stuff. We were feeding them. And here are some stingrays underwater that I got with my underwater camera. And obviously, I got to hold one. And then my very last one, oh, I forgot to fix that. I got to fix this. This is supposed to say Oasis, and I still forgot to fix that. I got to fix that, but this is supposed to say my Oasis, and this was one of the Shimmer's paints cut files, and just the picture that I took this picture, and I blew it up. It's just gorgeous. I just love it. But that is the flip-through of the of my Cuba trip. I hope that you enjoy this. I know I don't do these all that often, but if you would like me to do more after I get done with my trips, let me know. Drop a comment down below. I hope that you all are staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.